Well, good morning and welcome along to another edition of Adventures with Otis. Hey Otis, how you doing this morning? He's trying to dig his way out. Okay, well, whilst you're doing the digging, I'm going to show everybody where we are. We're in Newport city centre, not too far away from the Riverside Centre and the Friars Walk and the Chartist Tower. We'll talk about that another time when we visit the Westgate Hotel. And this is the newly reformed market, Newport City Centre market building, looking very glamorous indeed. So we're actually in Upper Dock Street, which is directly opposite the Newport Wave and the River Usk, and the buildings you can see are the new buildings alongside the river as you head south from the city centre. And in the background there you can make out the dome of the Art College. So back in the 70s this flyover and underpass was created. This used to be the main railway and Canal de Noisy. The Monmouthshire Brecon Canal and the main railway used to run to the Docklands from here. This was a very industrious river, and all the way down there were many wharfs where coal would be exported and other goods imported. So this was originally the Old Green Crossing, and we'll walk over towards it, give you an idea. Come on then Otis, let's go for a walk. This way. And the Newport Grill, I think, has been here forever. And oh, there we are, there's the first sign. 197 Upper Dock Street. We're definitely in Upper Dock Street. We're about 4 miles from the Docklands from here, actually, down the river. So this underpass was all created in the 70s. Started in the late 60s, but completed in the 70s, and it tells you a little bit about Newport and the history. And there's some lovely mosaics on the way. So the mosaics in this underpass subway show some of the shops that would have been up above us along this main stretch. E.G. Nichols, E. Fennell and Sons, Fishmongers, Shepherd's the Grocers, Abbott and Barker, and Charles White, the chocolate guru of the town. So this is now part of the Newport cycle route, the national cycle route being number 74. You okay, Otis? You got a brown nose from digging in that mud. So this is the underpass where the Newport Canal used to be, on the river side railway used to follow through. Once they demolished it all to create this new large linking roundabout, they added a little bit of history, which is absolutely phenomenal. And it shows the canal, the barges and the steam trains of the day. There used to be 2 railway lines into Newport. One was the Monmouthshire railway line and the other one was the National Railway line, or GWR as it's now known. So this shows collecting the coal from the barges, and also dropping off coal at the docks by a train, a little over the engine. A few little dogs there as well, that's pleasant to see. Otis, there's you back in the 1800s. I marvel at this every time we come past. Now what you may have seen just the other side there, you may have got a glimpse, is the Newport Norman Castle, which we're just about to come across now. I've got Oates on a long training lead today, just to give him a little bit of freedom, even though that we're in the Newport city. So here we have the 14th century castle, Newport Castle, which is a Norman build. I'm not sure if there's a plaque with any information on it or anything, so I'm afraid you guys will have to do some research on the internet for a bit more information. I'm just going to take you across Newport Bridge a little way just to show you what we have. So in the background there you can see the wave. That was built in the late 90s. And this is Newport Bridge. And I don't remember the era that this was built, but there is a plaque here somewhere. We'll have a little look. Make out the railway crossing there. That's main line Paddington to Swansea. I love the lights that they've kept all these years. And here we have the town bridge. So it's the County Borough of Newport. This bridge was opened on 22nd of June 1927 by His Majesty Minister of Transport Colonel the Right Honourable Wilfred Ashley MP, and takes the place of the stone bridge built in 1800 by David Edwards. There we are, fantastic. I will walk on a little bit because I know there's another plaque a bit further on we'll have a little read of, and also it'll give us a good view of the Norman Castle. And in 1927 the Mayor Council, Mr. James JP, Parliamentary and Improvement Committee, blah 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 blah, these are all the people who were involved, and the resident engineer in the building of this bridge. Now, directly in front of us there we have the Newport Art College, which is now a residential complex, and just in front of it you'll see the Pod, which is a cafe, which used to be DB's. Stop it, Otis, I know you want to go for your little walk. We're going in a moment. And as you can see from here, you've got a great view down the new residential buildings. You've got the iconic bridge, walkway. In the background you have George Street Bridge, the University Building, the Riverside Centre and Friars Walk, along with the church buildings, and another great angle of Newport Market. Okay, we'll pan around now and show you the castle. Please zoom out. There we go. So this is Newport Castle. It dates around Norman times in the 14th century. As I said, we've got no information boards around here on it, unfortunately, but I'm sure there's plenty of information out there on the internet for you. Okay, we'll carry on our walk now, Mr. Otis. He's getting very grumpy here because I'm not showing him all my attention. think Otis knows what's at the end of this. He's looking forward to his nice run in a park. Good boy. Otis, good boy. And here we are going back underneath. So we got some pedestrian signs, city centre, civic centre, railway station and bus station, all pointing in the wrong directions. Thank you to Newport Youths. And as you can see, at one time they did have it set out for the public to be able to enjoy. It's seating and all these barriers weren't there, and there were actual steps around the place you could take a little look. Oh, look what we have here, Otis. I have not seen this before. This needs a good clean. So this is Newport Castle. This monument is in the care of Cadw on behalf of the Secretary of State of Wales. And this is what the castle would have looked like. And we are just standing behind that left tower. So it was founded by the Earls of Stafford in 1372, and it was refortified at the time of the Rising led by Owen Glyndwr, which is 1403. Renovated and modelled by the Duke of Buckingham in 1424, and then acquired by Newport Corporation and Lord Tredegar in 1891. And then it was transferred to state care in 1930. There we go, fantastic. That is a find, because I didn't know that was here. Fantastic. Thank you, Newport. Needs a blooming clean though. And I think the castle needs a new roof. Okay, let's continue on our Route 47. So this takes us away from the old green of Newport, and it'll take us under the Royal Railway with the great big fierce dragon looking after the Great Railway of GWR. For those who don't realise what GWR is, it's the Great Western Railway. Now, this bridge is Shaftesbury Street Bridge, and it's owned by the Railway Authority. There we go. Plaques all the way, Otis. And next on the agenda is the pedestrian Spaghetti Junction of Newport. The walkways here, you can come from the railway station and head along, and then a curly-whirly path down to the bus stop, or you can carry along the top, and that takes you over to Shaftesbury, which is where we're heading now. And the sun has literally just appeared over the top of Christchurch Hill in the east. Of course it's in the east, the sun always shines in the east, Andrew. What do you think, Otis? You can just see it coming through the trees. Now, things have changed around here lately. This is where the original Sainsbury's Superstore was in Newport back in the late 70s and 80s, early 80s. Right way through till the late 90s, when it was demolished. When the new Sainsbury's was started. Well, actually it was demolished in the early 2000s. But the new Sainsbury's Superstore was built, I believe, late 1990s. May have my dates a little bit out there, but not too far out. And from here you can see the glistening of the River Usk. So this path, up till about 3 years ago, led us all the way along the banks of the River Usk. Now I'm not quite sure now whether we can, because under there it looks like it's barricaded off. Well, we'll have a little look. That's a good boy, Otis. Otis having a sniff of the trees. Good morning. This way, Otis. Good boy. There are other people up at silly o'clock. It's actually quite busy, really, the roads around here. And just spotted that this is all barricaded off as well. Wait, wait up, Otis. Come here, boy. Yes, come here. Silly sausage. Right. That chap just walked through here, so I guess we can as well. Watch that leg, Otis. Watch your leg. Good boy. Let's have a look. See where we can go. So this was originally all Sainsbury's, and takes us to the riverbank. But I think we'll stick to this sort of path at the minute. Oh, slow down a bit, Otis. Come on, let's have a little look over there then, and see if we can find the original path. Look at this, even the original floor is still here. If you were walking around Sainsbury's back in the 90s, early 90s, I think we were just walking through the frozen food section, Otis. Wow. The original floor tiling, still here. And we've got a great view looking across at the railway bridge, and also up train. The large building that you can see there in the foreground is Clarence House, which is near Clarence Square, or it's actually a junction, and the memorial is also at Clarence Place. Just having to think now. Nope, that's the Clarence building there, Clarence House. Yes, that's the Clarence House. You see the new railway line, and this was, or is, the Riverside Tavern building, office building, which is where I take my vehicle for its MOT, because just behind that car park is Quick Fit. And here you can make out the railway bridge, and just about make out the town bridge in the background. And the sun is starting to appear through the trees, Otis. Fantastic. Right, you ready for your little run and walk? Let's go this way. Ah, there's the original footpath. Let's see. Oh, this is turning more into a woodland walk, Otis. Lovely view of the River Usk. And we'll continue on the Usk Trail and follow it up through up towards the new Sainsbury's. Don't think we'll be able to make it as far as the new Sainsbury's because I believe the trail stops a little bit short. I think we're going to have the sun in our eyes, Otis, all the way here. You're not going to make it through that way, Otis. This way. He's hoping we can get out this way. There's lots of broken glass up here, Otis. Come back. We're going to walk around. No, Otis, this side. Away from the glass. Good boy. There we go. That's the trouble with my live unedited vlogs even. Video logs. If you're enjoying the video this morning, please click on the like button. And if you're want to subscribe, it's not ready for zooms yet, Otis. We're not ready for zooms yet. No, we'll wait. Wait till we're at the park. Come on. Please click on the like button. Please click on the subscribe button. And there's that notification bell if you'd like to be kept informed of what's going on. This way, young man. We need to walk across the car park. Well, what was the car park? Wow, I remember this bit. This is where the entrance to the cafe was, Otis. Wow. Wow. Just I had a flashback there of the 2000s, actually. Early 2000s. Going to the cafe there. So, yep, it was still here in around about 2000. Something else for you guys to Google. Newport Sainsbury's. When was it demolished? Or when did the new store when was the new store completed? Okay, we'll walk out this way, Otis. I believe this is the only way we can get out. This way. Good boy, stay on the pavement. And this brings us into Pugsley Street, which is one of the first streets in the Shaftesbury district of Newport. Now, Shaftesbury is quite a small area really, and it was originally all part of the Marshes estate. But these houses were all built in the late 1800s as Newport started to get developed with Industrial Revolution and stuff. This way, young man. Okay, Otis, I think we'll have to go walk on the road for a little bit here. So some people call this the Crinder area, This is actually the Shaftesbury part of Newport. Crinder starts the other side. There's a riverbank just over that way. It's not a riverbank, rather. It's more of a small estuary that goes into the River Usk, and it was part of the Monmouthshire and Brecon Canal system as a drainage or drain off for the canals. We'll walk the Monmouthshire Brecon canals another time. So at the old green you can see where the canal used to run, and that is now piped underground through Newport and reappears about a quarter of a mile to the left of me. You can see a bank at the end of this road, and the embankment there leads you down to the canal. If we have time, we may go that way. I don't think we will today. This way, Otis. So we're going to head off to Shaftesbury Park. I'll give you a little rundown of Shaftesbury Park. Basically, it was originally created by the Marshes estate in the 1800s, and from that time onwards it's been known as the Shaftesbury Park. In the just after the war, when the carnival, every year Newport had a carnival to celebrate the end of the war, the procession used to finish here at the park, where there was a string of floats from all different aspects of Newport's life. You'd have the scouts, the brownies, the dance classes, the pubs, you'd have Lysetts, you'd have Langwern, and you'd have many other businesses all setting up floats, especially companies like Standard Telephones of the time. They'd all end up here after showing their floats off all the way through the Newport area, and there'd be a great big fair here. Many hundreds of people would congregate and have fun at the fair, and lots of people inspecting the floats to judge which was the best. Okay, Otis, you've gone too far ahead of me there. I wanted to show you the new park gates. So this is the Shaftesbury Park, and this is Otis, and he has been waiting for me to let go of this lead all morning. Off you go, young man. Have a little bit of freedom. Another thing to note about Shaftesbury Park, on Carnival Day, the RAF's Red Devils, the parachutists, the parachute squadron, would descend. They would drop from a couple thousand feet up there somewhere and land on the X right in the middle of this field. Well, I'm just looking at the all the pigeons sat around this area. So throughout the time in Newport, this area has been always been an industrial sort of area. Just behind it, that is the actual Crinder area. Just the other side there's a Reen, and here we have the sign. So you got the national cycle route. Now originally you could have cycled this way all the way to the Transporter Bridge, but as you just found out, it's blocked off farther up the way where the Sainsbury's demolishing site is. And now we're looking over at Riverside, part of Newport, and it looks like there's a bit of a boatyard over there. Looks like a speedboat emporium. Very nice. Wonder if we're able to walk on that side of the riverbank at some time, Otis. That'll be good, won't it? Okay, right, let's carry on, have a bit of fun, have a run. We'll take a little walk up the riverbank here and have a look at the new buildings just opposite on the east side of the riverbank that are being built. And then we can also watch Otis go for his zooms. So yes, I forgot to mention that ornate signpost there mentioned the Monmouthshire Brecon Canal. Well, the footpath takes you directly that direction. That is Barrack Hill housing estate, and at the bottom of Barrack Hill is where the canal merges from being underground and continues its way up through Pontypool and also up through Risca all the way to Brecon. Hi, I can see you. 1, 2, 3, run! He says, hey Dad, this is Adventures with Otis and you've been missing out on me all day. Good boy. There we are, we'll just come to here and have a little look up the river before we sign off for the day. Otis, you be careful, it's very muddy over that way. It's a good boy. So this is the old riverside. And this is the new riverside. Very nice. And this is the River Usk, whilst it's in tidal flow, inward tide, which means very soon this will be filled up when the highest and when the quickest and highest rise and fall in tide in the world. Okay then, young man, let's go for our run. 1, 2, 3, go! Otis! 1, 2, 3, back! Come on! 1, 2, 3, zoom! Come around, come around! 1, 2, 3, zoom back! Now, go! 1, 2, 3, zoom! Okay. Are you tired already? Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll sign off here for the day then. It's just coming up to 33 minutes that we're running on this video. So I'll say cheerio. Thank you for joining us. Please click on subscribe. Please click on the notification bell. And please leave a message. That was a message from Otis saying, thank you for joining us. Cheerio.